Hey everybody, welcome to One Flight Down Basement Beer Tastings. And today I'm looking at a beer that, well, if it doesn't turn out to be the most boring, ordinary, generic beer I've ever had, I'll probably be a little disappointed.
One, two, one, two, three.
Alright, so this beer today comes to me courtesy of my friend Ken. It's one of a number of beers he gave me for my birthday, which is a few weeks back. He gave me a 6-pack of beers, and I think 5 of them were ones I've never had before. So I'm making a point of doing them on the show and kind of spreading them out over the next few weeks, kind of thing. I think this is the second or third of these that I've done. I almost just went ahead and drank this one today without doing a video. And I thought, no, I should jump on and record this. The reason I was going to do it, I just kind of wanted a beer that tastes like beer. So this beer, I know I'm not building this up to sound like a great beer. Like I said, I haven't had it. Maybe it'll be really good. I don't know. It comes from the Little Brown Jug Brewing Company from right here, Winnipeg, Manitoba. They opened in about 2016. At the time, they just did one beer. It was called 1919, which I have reviewed on the show in the past. It's a really cool space. They're a great business. Like they're really big in the local arts community. I saw the symphony perform in this brewery. It's a cool space. They do a queer beer every year for the Pride Festival. They do all kinds of cool stuff. And yeah, the 1919 is a great beer. One of those ones you can't go wrong with. And they've got a few others that have just been hit or miss for me. Some I really liked, some not so much. This one I've got some concerns about. Mostly, well, because I'm not a huge fan of when craft brewers do lagers. I find that they're still a little more expensive than just buying your macro beers, but they don't taste that much different, and not necessarily any better either. But who knows? This could be good. Ken told me he really liked it, and I do trust his opinion. Anyway, this beer is called Generic Lager. So they get points for the name right there. I love that. Generic Lager. It looks like this looks like something you'd find in like the cheap bin south of the border with the color scheme on there and everything. What can I tell you about this beer other than that? It's 4.5% alcohol, so it's a lighter beer. And it says on here, impressively standard, which I think is a little in-joke for those of us in Manitoba. There was a beer brewed by Molson, but it was a regional beer in Manitoba called Standard Lager. It had been around forever. I did a little video on that a while ago because it was being discontinued. There are rumors that there are still some standards flying around here somewhere, but no, it was discontinued, I think, like a couple of years ago now. And that was that was kind of it was a standard lager. It was just, it was very popular here in Manitoba. So I think saying impressively standard is just a little tribute to that. And if you want to learn a little more about that, check out a link to the video I did in the past. I'll put a little thingy up here. Okay, anyway, Generic Lager. Let's crack it open. All right, now this wouldn't normally be a lager glass, but it is, Little Brown Jug, so I'm going to use this. This is the kind of thing this is what their Little Brown Jug 1919, which is like a Belgian style beer, always comes in this. I like using these tulip glasses for stouts and things like that. But today, I'm using it for a lager. All right, let's pour this out and see what we got. So, super light in color, as expected. Like, really light in color. Like, Michelob Ultra light in color. Look at that. Look how light that is. Wow. And I've got the writing of the name of the brewery. I don't know if you can still see my face through there, but that's usually my indication. No, the shape of the glass is probably doing like that wacky funhouse mirror thing to my face, even if you can see it. All right. And I gotta say this, I'm getting a strong note on the nose already, which I don't normally get with lagers, and I have a kind of poor sense of smell to begin with. I usually don't notice the smell right away. Just on more, beers with more pronounced aromas to them, like certain styles with a lot of hops in them and that kind of thing. But this one, yeah, I can smell this from here. And, I mean, I'll be honest, the smell is basically just standard yellow beer. But there's nothing wrong with that. That's how we all got into craft beer, was because we liked the other stuff, and then we just started playing around with other styles, right? At least that's how I got into it. Most people I know. Anyway, enough rambling. Let's start drinking. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. It's quite light, as expected. But for a 4.5%, it's got a little more flavor to it. Sometimes you get like under 5 and they lose a bit of flavor when they get so light. Yeah, it's not bad at all. Actually, that's quite crushable. I could drink a few of these. Now, what comes down to me with these craft lagers is the price point. So I check out their website here and see if I can find out how much this one costs, because I haven't looked into that at all yet. I mean, really, I should have researched this before the show and talked about it, but instead you're going to watch me look stuff up on the internet. Okay, so let's see here. All right, so I'm on their homepage, and let's see here. All the beer. Okay, so this one goes for $2.99 here in Manitoba. For the, what is this? 473 milliliter can. So that goes for $2.99. That's pretty cheap when it comes to craft beer. And compare that to, say, their 1919, which is their flagship beer. That goes for $3.69, so it's a little more expensive. So this would be, I'm pretty sure, the cheapest thing they have on offer. I'm just going to hit another one here at random. Maybe their West Coast IPA. $3.69 as well. So this is a little cheaper than those. But, like what is it called? Like, do they have like a 12-pack or anything? Because that's really, okay. 8-pack goes for $19.99. A 24-pack goes for $59.97. Now, if I look at our MLCC, the Manitoba Liquor Control Commission, whatever the CC stands for, I can't remember off the top of my head. Look, it's the Liquor Mart. I'm looking at the Manitoba Liquor Mart. Let's see what a comparable beer goes for there. Another, generic lager. Like, what would be comparable to this? Like a Molson Canadian, maybe? Let's say Molson Canadian. Yeah, so an 8-pack of that goes for $15.49. They don't do 24s there of that one. So yeah, that's the best comparison I have, is their 8-pack of a 355 milliliter can. So smaller can than this. Yeah, it's a decent beer. Yeah, I would totally have this again. I'm glad that it's not as expensive as some of their more adventurous craft offerings. But $3 a can, this isn't bad. Is it great? No, but it's a lager. It's not the style I usually go for. But hot summer day, barbecue. This is gonna be a good barbecue beer. Yeah, not bad at all. All right, thank you all so much for dropping by the Terry Isle Basement Pub today. We'll see you all again real soon. Cheers, friends.
I'm tired and I need to go home.